I'm Chronix from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your WWE Survivor Series 2019 review, and it took place live in the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois on November 24th, 2019, and we kick off Survivor Series with a video package highlighting the rise of NXT on the USA Network and how NXT got involved with Raw and SmackDown and how they all started fighting together and all this invasion stuff, and why NXT is a part of Survivor Series fighting against Raw and SmackDown for brand supremacy across the whole WWE universe. Yes, it is a night filled with floating 3D logos, because that is what we need in professional wrestling. By God, if anything, it's got to be those floating indicators, those floating 3D logos. And we will see them plenty tonight. And we start off with the women, and guess what? We're going to end with the women as well. So, right here, we got the Women's Survivor Series match. That's 5 women from one team, 5 women from another team, and 5 women from a whole nother team. Yes, we have on SmackDown side Lacey Evans, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Nikki Cross, and Sasha Banks. On the Raw side, we got Charlotte Flair, we got Natalya, Sarah Logan, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. And on NXT, we got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, and Toni Storm. Holy crap, WWE has some talented women, not counting you, Lacey Evans. I'm just saying, you are always the worst wrestler in every match you're in. Just saying, but their roster, it is large. It is enormous. It is thick. It is thicker than Bayley wearing some blue tights, which we'll get to that later. Here in this match, though, SmackDown comes out, their team comes out, and people are booing them. Of course, they're cheering NXT. It's a little disconnecting for me when I see the team coming out and they just have their show's theme song. They don't have any of their theme song. It just feels very disconnected, but I guess they're supposed to be a team, but it just feels strange. You got an AC/DC song playing with one group of girls, and you got a Slipknot song playing with the others. It's just, and then you got a, what is the Raw theme? It is, what is that band? Holy crap, I took photos for them. Oh, I can't even remember. That's freaking embarrassing. Skillet. I didn't forget. It's a good band. I like them. Hey, freaking catchy. I like Slipknot too, so. I like AC/DC. Man, it just seems weird, man. I know I like all those bands, but it just doesn't fit. It makes me go, that seems weird. And if I'm looking at it like it's crazy and like it's weird, I feel like there might be something wrong. Okay, get into this match. Candice LeRae and Io Shirai, they get hurt from doing a dive. Man, people been doing dives off the top of cages and whatnot. They just do a dive and then they're too hurt to wrestle anymore. Both of them? Well, they didn't say that they were eliminated from the match, so we'll see where that goes. Cross gets crossed out of this match. Carmella gets eliminated by Charlotte. Sane gets eliminated by Banks. Brooks gets eliminated by Asuka. Asuka and Flair, they start having issues. Their egos start going head to head. And old Charlotte Flair, thinking that she's the queen, well, she gets a little green mist in her face, courtesy of Asuka. And because of this deadly green mist, well, yeah, Charlotte Flair, she gets eliminated. Boom. But she gets eliminated by Lacey Evans, which I feel like, if I was Charlotte, I would be like, really? Okay, well, missed me first, please. I don't know. I'm just saying, if she just got pinned by her just regular style, I feel like there might have been some kind of issue there. Maybe she's a true professional. I don't know. I just have the feeling that the other women don't like Lacey Evans, but maybe I'm misreading the situation. Lacey Evans gets eliminated by Natalya. Storm taps to a double submission by Banks and Natalya going on at the same time. Belair gets eliminated by Banks. Natalya gets eliminated by Sasha. Io Shirai, she comes back with Candice. And Riptide, Rhea Ripley wins. Team NXT wins. The whole team wins, not just Rhea Ripley. So it's nice to see Rhea Ripley getting shown to be so strong. I mean, you don't have to try very hard. She is very strong. She looks very intimidating. Only thing off-putting about this was how happy she was. On NXT, she just seems to be just a badass brute. And when she won, I mean, she is on Survivor Series, so probably hard to keep a smile back. But she did seem a little bit happier than she normally seems at victories. But other than that, it's a pretty good way to start the night. Got no real complaints there. It took me pretty much a whole page just to write all of that. Now we're going on to Shinsuke Nakamura. He's the Intercontinental Champion taking on AJ Styles, who is the United States Champion, who's taking on Roderick Strong, who is the North American NXT Champion. I don't really like having these champions. You have all these champions going against each other. I know it's not for the title, so I know that part doesn't matter. But it just seems overkill to have a champion going against a champion all through the night. For instance, on the preliminary matches, on the pre-show, they had a three-way tag match. So you had three different teams, three different tag team champions with 6 belts. You got 6 champions in one match. It's just, oh my gosh. Everyone has a belt. Literally, everyone has a belt. You got too many belts, man. There's just so many. You got 3 tag team titles. Oh my gosh. Hold up. There are 4 tag team titles because we have the women's tag team championships. Holy crap. But they weren't in this. This wasn't an intergender match. And I won't give WWE no ideas. So you can expect Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, and Roderick Strong to be a good match. It was a good match. Of course, they delivered to the fans. They delighted the fans. What happened is AJ Styles hit a perfect, phenomenal forearm, but his form and covering and going for the pin was not as perfect. Oh no, it was not as phenomenal, my friend, because Roderick Strong, he runs in there and he steals this victory. He takes it away. Talking about that 1, 2, 3, Roderick Strong coming out very strong because he won. So that was nice to see. Okay. AJ Styles, however, he is upset. He is not happy about the outcome of this match. And, well, I would be upset too if I did all the fancy footwork and I hit that perfect, phenomenal forearm and I didn't win. So I understand his frustration. Plus, he's a pretty bad dude these days, so he's probably got a short temper. I almost said temperature. Okay. Backstage, The Miz is talking to Bryan about The Fiend, and he's just blah, 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 talking, and Bryan is just looking mad. He's looking angry, and he just snaps back, and he says, "Get out of my face." And you can tell from that Bryan is ready for his match. He is mentally getting ready for The Fiend. He already knows that The Fiend is a obstacle that he has to get through. It is a monster he has to slay. He already knows this. He does not need The Miz telling him this backstage. So now we move on to Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole. Adam Cole has his ribs taped up. He is still the NXT champion. But he had a brutal match on NXT TakeOver. He freaking fell off a cage through some tables. He's still walking 24 hours later. He's still in a match. He's still in a championship match. He's got those taped up ribs. Lucky for him, Pete Dunne, for whatever reason, is all about that joint manipulation. And, joint manipulation as in moving your fingers and trying to break your joints down, those kind of joints. instead of going for the obvious target of the taped up ribs. I mean, hey, just one well-placed backbreaker probably could have ended this match, but instead he focused a lot on trying to break the man's fingers. Don't break the man's ring finger, because Britt Baker, she's going to be real sad. Okay? Yeah. Now, but Adam Cole, he's got those taped up ribs, and that's good. I hope that provides enough. But he did, I got to give him credit, he did react. Like, he would get hit, he would do a move himself, he'd do like a suplex, and he'd be like, ooh, that hurt me. So I said, you know what? I think it's a little preposterous that you're just going to come back after falling through them tables like that, and 24 hours later, you're going to have another match. But hey, at least you're in pain. You are impervious to pain in the fact that you can still walk, but it still hurts you. So I guess you're not impervious, but you know what I'm saying. He's definitely hurt, but he's fighting through the pain because deep down inside, damn it, he's the NXT champion. So I got to give you props for that. Man, you're the champion. You got to stand up, and you got to fight in adversity. And even though you're hurt, even though you want to take a break, you're the champion, and you got work to do. So that's great. That is freaking fantastic. They do a Canadian Destroyer, or as a Pamela Sunrise on the apron, which I said, dang, why they got to do stuff like this? That looked like it hurt so bad. But they just laid out on the edge of the ring, fall out onto the floor. I was like, well, that would have been a perfect opportunity to, get a pinfall, but now you're out on the floor, so that's pretty lame. But they get back inside of the ring. He just does the move again in the middle of the ring and then kicks the dude in the back of the head. And Adam Cole, still the NXT champion, baby. Now we're going to move on. We got Team SmackDown backstage. Baron Corbin is making the case that he should be the leader of Team SmackDown. And, well, everybody's looking at him crazy. Braun Strowman looks like he doesn't want to be there. The look on his face during this and the match, he looked like he did not want to be there. He's like, we're doing this. But freaking Baron Corbin, King Corbin, why are they still doing this? I don't know. But it saddens me. First, however, we get Bryan versus The Fiend. And yes, they have the red light treatment, which I can't stand. But whatever. Bryan, he's getting torn apart. So maybe it was a good thing it was red so we couldn't see the blood that had to have been gushing out of the man's face. No, he didn't bleed, but he was getting his butt kicked is what was happening, is what I'm trying to convey to you right here. Bryan, he starts fighting back. He's on the top rope. He flies from the top rope to the outside on the floor, freaking flying higher than the Willis Tower over there in Chicago. But this isn't enough. The Fiend, he gets back on his feet, and in no time at all, after this, mandible claw, and The Fiend wins. So, I mean, it wasn't a complete devastation, but man, The Fiend, he is crazy. He's a monster right now, and he's hard to take down. He's hard to beat. And it looks like Bryan was just another notch in his little Monster Mash belt. Now we're going to have a Rey Mysterio interview, and poof, like that, it's normal lighting. So now we are for certain that the red lighting treatment is only affected towards the arena where the ring and the fans are. But as soon as you go backstage, no more red lights? Or is that past Gorilla? Once you get to the interview area, you're in the safe zone. And in this safe zone, Rey Mysterio, well, I don't know how safe it is because Rey Mysterio, he's got a weapon. He says he's got a solid steel pipe, but that is clearly a paper-thin aluminum pipe that looks like it was bending as he was holding it, and then it had white tape wrapped around it. What? It's supposed to be a lead pipe, I guess, but I've never seen a lead pipe that thin. Really? So strange. I can't understand why it looked like that. It seemed like it should have been a little bit thicker. Because they didn't use it to bend it, and they didn't use it to smash it. So why it was so thin, I have no idea. Maybe that's the only one that they could find. Ray says that he's going to take out the legs one by one. And I thought, well, if you're going to take legs out one by one, maybe you need a 2x4. But maybe not. Maybe old hacksaw Jim Duggan would think that his gimmick was getting infringed on. Ho! Okay. Now we have the men's Survivor Series match, and we have on Raw Seth Rollins, Ricochet, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre. On SmackDown, Roman Reigns, Shorty gave Ali, Braun, King Corbin. And on NXT, we got Walter, Ciampa, Keith Lee, Damian Priest, and Matt Riddle. And I have to go through this fast because there's so much to freaking talk about. Oh my goodness, with all these freaking people. How do they afford to pay all these people? I guess because they said that they sold out that arena, and it kind of looked like they actually did. It was pretty dang full for sure. Even on the top, I said, nice. Okay. Braun versus Seth versus Ciampa to start. Walter gets eliminated by Drew. Shorty gets eliminated by Owens. Owens gets eliminated by Ciampa. Priest gets eliminated by Orton. They did some killer RKOs in this match, not gonna lie. Orton gets eliminated by Matt Riddle. Riddle gets eliminated by... I put Riddle got eliminated by Riddle. That can't be right. But this match, it was high intensity. Braun is shoulder tackling everybody. He's running around, shoulder tackling everybody until he runs around the second time and then runs right into Keith Lee, where it is like, boom, they go down. And of course they go down because those are two big boys right there. But Strowman gets eliminated. Ricochet gets eliminated by Corbin. Ali gets eliminated by Seth. Drew gets eliminated by Roman. Corbin gets eliminated by Ciampa. Now it's down to Seth, Ciampa, Roman, Keith Lee. Ciampa gets eliminated by Roman Reigns' punch. And Seth gets eliminated by Keith Lee. It's down to Keith and Roman. Crazy energy in this match. I really liked this Survivor Series match. I had no complaints. There was a lot going on. It was hard to write down these notes, but it was a lot of fun to watch. And Roman Reigns comes away with his team coming away with a victory for SmackDown. So that was pretty good. I liked it. And Roman and Keith, they show each other respect, so that's nice. They're like, hey man, you're cool and I like you too. Okay, cool. All right, now see you later. But now we have Becky Lynch. She's backstage. She's doing a fiery promo. Not just because she's a redhead, but she has an important match, man. She is in the main event going against two other champions. All champions in the match in the main event here tonight. She ain't pulling no punches. She ain't going to give no apologies. She's going to go out there 100%. And we expect you to do that, Becky. But before we get there, we get Brock Lesnar, the WWE champion, taking on Rey Mysterio dressed up as Doink the Clown. Well, he was kind of short, so maybe he was more like Dink. I think that he was going for the Joker, but it kind of looked like Doink the Clown. It's a no-holds-barred match, and Heyman does not hold back anything on his introduction. He even does part of it in Spanish. I was like... Man, look at Paul Heyman, always looking nice, always being fresh, trying new things. Gosh, that man is a genius. He's just a genius. I can't wait until one day. Well, they already did a Blu-ray of him, and I already own it. So I was going to say that they could do that, but I guess maybe he could have a book, or if you could relay some of that knowledge on us, we would very much appreciate that. Oh, I still got time. Let's talk about this thing. So... Brock Lesnar, he is pretty much killing this boy, Rey Mysterio. And he had said in his promo that he wants Dominic to watch. He wants to see the destruction. Dominic, I think he was watching. After Rey, he's swinging this pipe around. Dominic, he's watching. He is watching for sure because he's there, and he's coming in with the chair, and they're beating on Brock with the lead pipe or the aluminum, or if you're in the UK, you call it aluminium. The aluminium pipe. That's hard to say. Aluminium pipe. He's beating the hell out of him with an aluminium pipe. It just sounds funny. I know it's got to sound funny across the pond the other way, but hey, okay. They're trying to beat down Brock Lesnar. They don't even give a crap. Rey Mysterio low blows Brock Lesnar when he's not looking. They do a dual 619. They do 5-star frog splash. And then Dominic does a 5-star frog splash. You got a total of 10 stars here. And they're not even in the freaking Tokyo Dome. So as Dominic, he's trying to help the best he can, but Brock Lesnar catches him, takes him to Suplex City. He suplexes him into the next town. My goodness, German suplexed him so hard. F5 to Rey Mysterio, and Brock Lesnar wins this match. Brock Lesnar goes on, and boom, the end of that. Now we're going to hit Bayley, SmackDown's Women's Champion, versus Shayna Baszler, the NXT Women's Champion, and Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion. A video package highlighting Bayley, showing all of this, the match coming up to this, hyping everybody up for this main event of Survivor Series 2019. And yes, Bayley comes out, and she has got those blue tights on, and I said, she did have this thing on her head. I don't get SmackDown, so I only really get to see the highlights. I don't know if this is something that she's been doing, but she looked like an Egyptian goddess, I guess, with her thing on her head. It was, I don't know what it was. I don't know if they mentioned that on commentary or not, but I think it's a good look. She looks pretty stoic, and she looks like a badass, and I think that that's okay. I think that's just fine. Shayna Baszler, though, boy, that walk, that BMF walk that she was doing backstage, she was ready for this women's main event in Survivor Series. Boy, she's cold. She's cold, and you know it. In this match, Bayley tries to do a sunset flip way too close to the turnbuckle and just kills the move. I don't know what she was trying to do. Was she trying to jump onto the top turnbuckle with the sunset flip? I mean, it made no sense. It had to have been obvious how close they were to the turnbuckles. So I don't know. Maybe she just misjudged. Maybe one of her contacts popped out and she had some depth perception issues. But yeah. Becky gets dropped on the table. That table does not break. Tables do not want to break, these ladies. You got to realize these tables were designed for some big dudes. They don't want the tables breaking too suddenly as soon as Triple H and his huge trapezoid muscles or whatever stands on the table. They want it's got to be just a little bit stronger, just a little bit. So sometimes when these women get dropped on it, doesn't always break, as we'll come to find out even more as the time goes on. But this was a good match, and I was satisfied with the match being in the main event. I think that they did a hell of a job. Each one of these women are great wrestlers, and going against each other, they look fine. And each one of them individually, they all deserve to be the champions that they are. They've proved themselves. I mean, we've had women main event WrestleMania. That is something that AEW, when are their women going to main event one of their pay-per-views? Not anytime soon. That is for damn sure. But we have Shayna Baszler. She is the submission magician, and she does this here in this match. And freaking, she wins this match. She makes Bayley tap out. And Becky Lynch, she comes back in the ring because she was over there, on the table or whatever, and she's all like, what the heck? Shayna Baszler, she comes to one of the other announce tables, and she's posing with the NXT title, and that is when Becky comes back. She tries to drop Shayna Baszler on that table. That table doesn't break. Becky Lynch looks pretty upset and pretty angry, irate that this table didn't break, and she looked like she had powered up her shit. She was like, standing on the barricade, and then hit a hell of a leg drop that decimated that table and decimated Shayna Baszler. That table freaking broke, and the man stands tall at the end of this one. She did not win the match, but she did not get pinned. Becky Lynch standing tall, the man, the WWE champion. So NXT actually wins Survivor Series. The team NXT won. So interesting to see that Shayna Baszler, she was responsible for NXT team winning and winning this match with these three champions, basically in my eyes showing that, yeah, she might be better than all of you guys, because she beat the other women. And I know she didn't pin Becky, but she did win the match. So she won as a team, she won her match, and maybe Becky's a little bit upset, maybe she's a little bit jealous because she thinks that she's the man, and she did stand tall. So I feel like this isn't going to be the end. We've already seen Becky Lynch on NXT, so I don't think this is going to be the end for this whole going back and forth with NXT. Feel how you will about that, but it looks like that this storyline is going to continue, and we're going to definitely hear from Becky Lynch on Raw. So, hey, I liked WWE Survivor Series 2019. I didn't think it was bad. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good, and I definitely liked how it ended. Left me intrigued and wanting to know what happens next. So let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys next time.